Hi, everybody. Hey, I'm not really fishing. I just want to tell you a story about fishing. So, this is my chat for this week, midweek, okay? And my story goes like this. I was the new pastor of a particular church. This is back a number of years ago. And when I got to that church, I wasn't probably as appreciated as I thought I should be. Actually, it seemed like I couldn't do anything right. The pastor before me was just a ball of bundle of talent. He was a better singer than me. He was probably a better speaker than me. He was more personable than me. The church had been a church plant. He helped kick it off, and I was following up on that, and he was just a really good pastor, but he wasn't there anymore, and I was. And every week, I did something wrong. I did the bulletins wrong. I did the service wrong. I did the music wrong. One week, I let the kids from the neighborhood that rode their bicycles to church park in the front yard, and that made the church look all messy. And so I didn't let them park right in the right place, and it just kept going on and on. My wife and I worked really hard to have this spatial event for everyone, and it just went flat. Someone pronounced that the Spirit of God had left this place. Well, there was one particular person that probably was a little more antagonistic than the rest. This one family in the church. I watched, I tried, and week after week after week, I couldn't get through 1 week without doing something wrong. I finally decided I had to do something about it. So my personality is not real strong. So here's what I did. I invited him out to go fishing. That's why I am showing you the fishing rod. So we went out to Lake Carlisle. That's a lake in southern Illinois. We were fishing that day. We got into a mess of white bass, just started catching a lot of fish, having a really good time. It was just him and me. And right during the day when things were going well, I turned and I looked at him and I just said, "Al, you don't like me very well, do you?" And he looked back at me and he said, "I don't like you at all." I can't remember too much about how the rest of the day went, although we got along okay. And it kind of opened the air between us that he just didn't like me and he wasn't going to like me. And I didn't blame him for that. He was a new Christian. The previous pastor had actually led he and his family to Christ, and he had an attachment for him, and he just felt bad that they were gone, and I was part of them being gone. I was there in the pulpit that he should have been in, and I understood that. That day changed things. Al and I spent more time together. We became friends. By the time that a few years had gone by, he was one of my biggest supporters in the church. He helped the church. The church went ahead and continued to grow. We got into a lot of new positive projects, and Al was always part of that. And years later, when he moved out of that area, and I moved out of that area to a different church. He moved out of that area to a different state. We went on vacation one time to that state, to Al's house, just to visit him. We were friends, and the church grew. Well, probably a little windy here. Kind of chilly. It's not the day anybody would fish anyway. I can't imagine any fish would bite.
This is much better. Inside the vehicle where it's nice and warm. It's cold out there. Those fish probably thought I was crazy. Let me finish my story. You know that on Wednesday evenings, I'm just, my theme is not theological. It's not necessarily scriptural. It is just sharing with you some of the things that have made a big difference in my life. You know that I keep them in a little notebook, little lessons for myself. I call them Proverbs for Pastors. And the one that goes with this story is that I've learned that I need to play with my people, the people God sent me to. Over the years, we've gone camping together. We've done all sorts of things together to play together. We've spent time together. And I've been criticized as a pastor sometimes because I played too much with my people. I'd go golfing with my people. I would go fishing with my people, all sorts of things. I'd ride motorcycles with my people, the people that God sent me to. But here's the thing. People will believe, they will trust the persons they trust. You don't earn your wings by just being there at a certain time when you have to say something tough. You earn your wings, you earn your trust through time. I've heard it said that when it comes to raising your children, some people want quality time, but quality time is an accident that happens during quantity time. And that's also true with your church people. I see that in the Bible, actually. This isn't designed to be a Bible study, but Jesus' first ever miracle was changing water to wine at a wedding party. You know the story. The Gospels record how the groom had run out of wine, and Mary, Jesus' mother, told the stewards there to go to Jesus and do whatever he said, and he turned the water into wine. We also read in the scriptures over and over again that Jesus is criticized by fairly stuffy religious leaders of his day because he's just spending time with sinners. He's going out to eat with sinners. He talks with sinners. He sees them. He goes to their home. He goes to places that the self-respecting establishment wouldn't go to. But he's earning his wings. They trust him. They believe he is true. They know that he cares about them, that he's not just putting another spiritual notch on his spiritual gun belt. Well, you and I, we need to be real, we need to be true, and we need to spend time with people. I sometimes have seen in lectures and seminars and training sessions, and even in college and master's classes, different plans on how to do a sales pitch to lead people to Christ. But the sales pitch is, they don't do the trick. Integrity, being real, actually caring what happens to people, that does the trick. I remember one time, and I won't keep rattling on for too long, and this is not my finer moment, but one time a person that was in a delivery truck came to my office to deliver something. And it doesn't matter, I guess, whatever he was delivering. It was something we had ordered. And his truck, had his own delivery service. His truck had like Jesus stickers all over the truck. There was no doubt that he was a Christian. He came in with his guns blazing. He just assumed that, I suppose, because I was in the realm of public education, that I was not a Christian, I guess. I don't know. But he tried to witness to me and lead me to Christ. I mean, he didn't know my name. He didn't know my life. He didn't know anything about me. He tried to lead me to Christ. And this is the part that I probably should not say, but I do have an ornery streak once in a while. And so I just let him go and just kept asking him tougher and tougher questions that confused him until it was really, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have messed with him. It's just, he caught me on a bad day, and I'm thinking, man, I'm not going to be a notch for your belt. I wonder how many people think that about us when they see us coming. But if we're real, they know better. So as you go out into this week, I just say, don't look for Christian conquest, and don't shy off being a witness for Christ. Someplace in between there, live a life of love for those around you. Be authentic. Be open, be honest, and let your faith just be a natural part of your life, but let your faith lead you to really care not about numbers, but about the people that you see all around you. Well, I hope you have a good last part of the week. And I hope that I've encouraged you to be praying for some people that, that you see struggling around you. Because actually, for a person that really cares and a person that really is willing to care for others, it doesn't seem to be too hard to find people that need loved. Have a good week.